for you, brothers and sisters. Good morning.
Good morning.
May God bless you all and protect you and be with you. Especially that this Sunday we celebrate a very special Sunday. We call it the Sunday of all the priests, all the departed priests. So we pray in this special Sunday. It's the second Sunday before the Holy Land. We pray for the priests who serve God in all the churches, especially I mentioned the priests who serve this altar, the one who departed from us and now they are in heaven, and the living one. May God bless all the servants of God who serve everywhere, and especially, as I just mentioned, those who serve the altar of the Lord. When we talk about serving God, we're talking about offer that we offer to God, or any something we give it to God, we serve God with it. But we have to put in our minds something very important. Our Lord Jesus Christ, He said in book of Matthew, chapter 10, 42, and whoever gives one of those little ones only a cup of a cold water in the name of the disciples, surely I say to you, he shall by no means lose his reward. So if we give a little cup of water in the name of God, we will receive reward. So imagine if we serve God in His church through His people, how much God will reward us. And that's why the reading today, it's from book of Matthew, Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25. When Jesus was giving different parable, then He talked about a parable that talks about the talents or the gifts. We all hear about the talent or the gifts. Before I explain the parable, I just want to tell you something, that the talent, each talent or gift, if we want to see how much it used to work in those days, it was almost, if somebody, normal person, he worked normal things, not very high position or whatever, it will take him 30 years to collect the amount of one talent. So it was big amount of money. But we know that Jesus, when He used this parable, He didn't mean the money, rather He was actually meant to give us a parable or different spiritual meaning, that every and each one of us, God gave him a talent or gift, and he should trade this gift while he is alive. So the Bible says that there was a master or a lord. He had different servants. He called them because he was planning to go a long journey. And he gave the first one 5 talents, the second one 2 talents, the third one he gave him 1 talent. But the Bible says something very important, that he gave each one up or according to his ability. So we can see from this verse that the Lord, He knows each servant's ability, and according to that ability He gave him. So He's not unjust Lord. He gave to someone a lot and to other one maybe a little. But according to each servant's ability, He gave the talents or the gift. And he immediately left. After a long time, this Lord, he came back. And he called his servant. He said, come to me. Tell me, what did you do with the gifts that I gave you? The first one, he said, Lord, I worked very hard. And I gained over the 5 you gave me another 5. Which is he doubled the amount of the talents. And the second one, also the same thing. He said, Lord, you give me 2. I traded. I worked very hard. I gained another 2. And to the both, the Lord, he said, well done, good and faithful servant. You were very faithful over a little. I will make you ruler over a lot. But the third servant, he was lazy one. He said, Lord, I know that you are unjust, Lord. and we can see that he was maybe jealous from the other two servants. Why they received 5 or 2 and I only received 1? But the Bible telling us the master, he knows each servant's ability, and according to that knowledge he gave them. I think the first warning and the first thing we have to be aware of, when God gives you something, he knows what he gives you. Regardless it's a little or a lot. But he wants you to focus on what you have in your hand rather than compare with others. Why that person has good voice to serve God and I don't? Why that person is in the board, or he teaches Sunday school, or is a deacon, or and I am not? You have to understand there is no one among us has no talent. Every and each one of you has talent. A lot of people, they came to me, they say, Abuna, what kind of talent I have? The very simple talent you have, it's your soul. If you know how you keep your soul faithful to your relationship with God, one day you will go to meet God. And you will tell him, Lord, I work very hard to keep myself away from the sin. I used to go to church, to receive communion, read Bible. I was doing my best to be a good example of you. God will tell you, good and well done, servant. You were faithful. And what I give you, come enter the kingdom of God. So the third servant, the very first mistake he made, and this is a lesson and also warning for us. We should be careful from comparing or making ourselves focusing on others' talents, while the Lord, he give us something and we just hide it, we don't trade it, we don't work in it. So instead, we invest our talent, we compare, we make comparison with others, and then the time will end up and we had done nothing. But let me tell you something, that the Lord will never ever forget any single effort you put in his name to serve him in different way. I was watching other day a movie of one of the saints. In the old days, they had no cars like now, or maybe trucks. So they used to take water, move water by car, moved by animals, especially by donkeys. So that saint, he was looking to his brother, monk. He was taking the water from the river to the monastery. And I think he worked very hard. So the donkey was so upset, ran away. So this saint, he was laughing. So his brother, the monk, he said, why are you laughing? Now what am I going to do? He said, don't worry. I will take care of moving or bringing water to the monastery. He said, but the animal ran away. He said, don't worry, I'll take care of that. So he was pulling the car instead of the donkey. And he did it for a long time. After a couple months, one of the monks, another monk in the monastery, he came to this saint. He told him, Father, yesterday I had a dream. He said, oh, lucky you, what was it? He said, it was, I saw the saint of this monastery. He said, wow, you're lucky. He said, no. The saint did not come to tell me something for me. He came to tell me that he will never ever forget the effort that you put yourself instead of the animal to bring water to your brothers in the monastery. Later on, this saint, while he was bringing water, he broke his hand. And he saw another patriarch. He just blessed him, and right away his hand came back as it is. So what I want to tell you, when you put effort, when you serve God, God will never ever forget any single thing you put in his name. So instead you compare yourself, why that person has more than me? Why I have less? Instead of that, invest the talent that God gave you, the time. Your family, regardless, parents or kids, be faithful to every single thing, and you will see how God will reward you and bless you. The second thing I want you just to warn you or to tell you that you should be careful about, then don't hide your talent. Because when you hide your talents, you're telling God, what you gave me, it's not good, and I don't want to trade it or work in it. A lot of time, I call people, we need Sunday school teacher. For example, well, Abuna, I don't have time, my kids, they don't come early, I don't know, I'm busy. By the way, I'll bet you, if I will ask every single of you how busy you are, everyone will tell me that he is busy more than the other one. So there is no one no busy. Yet, we should find time for God. We don't serve God on the leftover time that we have, but we find time to God in our schedule to serve Him. So when we offer something to Him, we should offer good offering. So don't hide your talent. Don't say, what can I do? Believe me, a lot of time people to me, they say, Abuna, I'm always praying for the priest. When I go back home, I cry. I say, Lord, if I do good things because of those people praying for me, not because I am good. Every single thing you do, every single talent you have, if you trade it well, God will bless you. So don't say, I have nothing. And don't hide your talent. And number 3 things I just want to tell you should be careful that no matter how much the master will be delayed, one day he is coming. The day of the judgment, no matter how far it is from now, is coming. Don't forget that. And the person who always think about the judgment day is the person who always work very hard to invest in his spiritual talent, because he knows the life is nothing. A lot of time I meet old people, they barely can walk. They came to the church earlier than any young person. In my heart, I say, why you come early? You can relax. But if you ask those people, they will tell you, Abuna, maybe I have no time left in my life. Let me invest it and come to the church. So if you think that one day you are leaving, you will work very hard to invest your talent and to serve God, and that is what God will reward you for. And this is 3 things. Don't hide your talent, don't compare your talent with others, and also keep always in your mind that you are one day leaving. What you gonna do? What is your answer to God for what He gave you? And 3 things I want you just to remember. The first one, that God also, He will ask you for the talent, but ask Him, Lord, what do you want me to do with my talent? And go different places in the church or outside of the church and see what's God calling you, and go do. That is your gift. That is your talent. And number 2, you have always also to remember that the talent, if you don't improve it, this talent will be very old. Any one of you, if I ask you, when you begin to work, how much you were making and how much you were targeting to improve yourself, to increase your income, to have better home to live in, better life, better school, better cars. Why? Because you are improving what you own. And also your talent, you have to improve it in order to receive more reward for it. Last thing, I just want to say that the true value of your talent, please, somebody is sleeping, wake up. The true value of your talent is how much people you are taking to Jesus, how much souls you save when you are here. Of course, Jesus is the Savior, but you can play very important role in people's life in order to repent and to come to Jesus. So this is very important, that value of your talent, if you put it in one side, equal to the value or to the number of people whom you bring to Jesus. If you have whatever talent and you think you are very smart and everybody loves you, yet you don't bring people to Jesus, your talent worth zero. Your gift is nothing. You're using it to bring glory to yourself, not to God. So that's why we should be very careful that God is coming soon. And we have talents. What did we do in our talents? I just don't want to say anything which is, if I hurt anybody, I'm so sorry. A lot of people, they came to me, oh, Abuna, you know, when I was little child, I was deacon. Why you don't come to altar? Oh, why? You have talent. You're telling me that you have talent. I wish I can serve with the choir. Why you don't go help? The Sunday school, the kids are annoying, of course. But you're serving God through them. You're serving God's children. We ask for member to the board. Abuna, I work a lot. You don't know how much I work. I know we work a lot. But what do you think? The one who gave his life for you, to save you, he doesn't work a couple hours from your week to serve him instead? Everybody has time. When we wake up and before we sleep, how we benefit from this time? How much we pray for our family, for the church, for the lost souls. So God telling us very important message today. It's all the priest day, but it is at the same time, it's all the people, Christian people day, to remember what talent I have and how much I invest this talent. I pray from all my heart that God wake some people today to see and to dig in their heart to find out what is their talent and to serve God through these talent. Your money, your time, your health, your family, your church are filled for you to serve God and to invest your talent and your gift. May God bless you all with the prayer of Ever Virgin Mary. In Jesus' name, بشمو داربو ودبرو وبروح حي قديشو حي العالم. آمين. آمين.